Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. So, here is Remus coming down to you. He sees you from a distance. You see him from a distance. Are you going to sling him? Because he'll be able to tell if you're loading up your sling. It's a pretty obvious visual from a range.
Not when I first casually put the bullet in the thing, but yeah. At 300 feet, I think I will. Maybe, yeah, 300 feet.
All right.
So I'll see. I'll watch what he does. What's shouting distance? You can probably hear 1,000 feet, but I think have a conversation 100 is probably more realistic.
Yeah, I think 100 feet would be more realistic for a conversation.
Yeah.
You'll see him put up his hand to signal to his soldiers to stand back. Here you are standing in the middle. Oh, when they get to the very edge of town.
I think initially, depending on where he happened upon me, I'm probably sitting on his throne. Does the throne face north upriver, or?
The throne he wants to face the throne in a direction where the sun will be least in his eyes, so it'll face north. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can sit in his chair looking up the river at him approach.
And he won't.
Where's the river relative to the town square? Does it run through the town square?
To the east of the town square, so to your right.
Okay. But it's adjacent to the town square or along one side of it or something?
Yeah, the creek comes down, it does a bit of a pull to the side and then back, and that pull is what allows the town square to be in the middle of town. Mm-hmm. So he'll see you in his throne, and he will not let this stand, so he'll signal to his troops to hold back. He has business with you, and will march forward on his own accord. And Remus is the leader of these people. He is going to be a tougher fight than any of the others.
See about that. Does he
He has a brilliant brass shield. He's got a red feather, or not a red horse hair or some sort of hair mane coming off of a small cap.
That's newish.
He's got a black cloak billowing behind him, sort of bleached somewhat by the sun, so it's more gray than black these days. Leather armor on his chest, shin guards and greaves.
So how far back did his troop stop?
Probably about 400 feet from you.
Okay.
The edge of the village. And he starts coming down the causeway.
I'll let him approach. I won't sling him if he's approaching alone.
He is.
I quickly glance side to side to make sure there's no villagers trying to flank me or do anything stupid.
Nope. Everyone is leaving you be.
Does he say anything? At 120 feet, I'm going to cast a spell.
Let's see. If you are in the throne, then you are about 40 feet from his side of maybe 50 feet from his side of the square. So he won't say anything when you're at 120 feet, because he's still not in the square yet. So he's walking towards you.
Maybe I'll wait for him to first get in the square and ready my spell for him to step into the square.
Yeah, he'll get to the edge of the square and come to a stop.
As he's about to speak, Devon casually points a finger at the sky, utters arcane words, and casts a shadow snap. So he will need to make a saving throw versus spell.
We'll have to make a saving throw versus spell. Go. 2 is a failure. He is heading southward, so the sun is in his face, which means his shadow is behind him.
A blade springs forth from the air and plunges into the ground under the target's shadow. As long as the blade is in the ground, the target cannot move from the waist down. And I will stand up and walk towards him.
Yes, you will see him struggle, lean forward a little bit, realizing his legs are sort of trapped, and speak to you. What sort of coward's trick is this?
Who did you steal those sheep from?
They are tribute from my subjects, which you will not have the honor to be.
You will return them along with my crown. Is he wearing the circlet over his little helmet thing?
Under his little helmet thing, yeah, you can see it there gleaming.
I'll cast another spell next round, but he can keep running his mouth if he's so inclined.
Repent for your ways, and I will leave your village intact. Else I will raze it to the ground.
Did I not explain how you have angered the gods?
I am the gods.
Did you not see the blood in the water? I will walk to within 30 feet of him, which I guess which isn't that far.
Oh, it's pretty close. It's not quite within spear range.
You could throw it.
He could throw it.
Please throw your spear at me.
Okay, next round, you've walked within 30 feet of him.
Mm-hmm. I will raise a hand and unleash an arcane spray.
Okay. So he is going to have reduced dexterity because his feet are stuck to the ground. So, I guess half dex seems appropriate?
Sure. Plus his shield.
Yeah.
And then I just get a int plus my level.
Plus twice.
There's no way to automate this, is there? Okay.
There is actually. If you go to your character sheet, if you go to the settings tab, there is a add new save button. And then on your combat tab, there should be a slot that's already there. But that's based off your level. So your level is like 3 over 3, which is 1, because it does math.
Oh, okay. So okay.
If you just put your level at 3, then it should be. There you go. And then when you click it, it'll ask you to for a stat to roll.
Okay, cool. It is not letting me click it. What?
The purple button?
Yeah.
Next to the 6.
I'm clicking it, nothing's happening.
Really? I get a pop-up when it...
Okay, so that was regular. Yeah, it's not... Let me re-roll or pull... Oh, here we go. Okay, it showed... I see where it is. Gotcha. Alright, so a 30. Ooh. So he dodges it entirely?
Oh, that was your stat that I rolled.
Oh, okay.
I was rolling as Romulan, but that was your stat. So he will roll a 1d20 plus half of his dex, which is going to be 6, plus twice his level, which is going to be 10. His level is 5, so plus 10. So he will roll a 27.
So only
and then he gets 2 for shield, so 1. So he'll bring up his shield, covering most of his body. The arcane spray will pepper across him. He did very well on his
save.
Spell
kind of sucks, but I guess we'll have to use it a few more times to see. That was 7 spell points for 1 damage. I guess spells are kind of like that, where if you pass, but that hardly feels like it should have been a pass, and in it, like an 11. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you roll. Yeah, I mean, he is 2 levels higher than you, so yeah. I think the spell is better against people lower level or with lower stats. He did better on his die, and he is higher level.
Target. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's with half dex, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also got a shield. I don't know.
Yeah.
2 levels
I guess
ahead.
we'll have to see what the spell is like. But
it's got a lot of variance to it.
Yeah.
If people are equal level, it's half the time is going to be ineffective and half the time quite effective.
Yeah. But I feel like a single target spell that's only good versus weaker opponents is not very useful. Right, that's like true. You'd want a single. I don't know. Anyways, that's the first time I've cast it, so
we'll play with it.
All right.
Well, I think it's time to roll initiative. He is
Not
still
really.
stuck in place.
Yeah. Like throw your spear.
Yeah.
Sure, we can roll initiative.
He will not be throwing his spear. He will instead be parrying as best as he can. And I feel like with his feet immobilized, you have +2 to hit him.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I guess he doesn't have any dex, but
yeah.
I need to look up.
Come closer, coward! He calls at you.
Sorry, I'm looking for Strength of Stone casting time. I don't know that that initiative will actually matter. 1.
Mm-mm. Yeah, you're 30 feet from him, and he can't move for this round
1.
and next round.
Yeah. Okay. I circle around him to get behind him as I cast Strength of Stone on my fist.
He calls you out
Fist
again,
of Stone.
calling you a coward for approaching him from behind where he can't fight you from which
Return what you have stolen.
Would you like me to return the children too? The food I've eaten? The heads I've taken? Would you see me give back the lands?
Yes. I suppose I must make you puke and have your head. I will attack him next round.
All right. Well, he is trying to defend, but you're attacking from behind, so he can't really do anything against it. Go ahead and make me an attack roll against...
he doesn't roll initiative? He's doing full defense?
Yeah, full defense. He has his leather armor. He doesn't get shield, and then he gets a penalty of 2 because of his frozen feet. So he's got AC 11?
12 with the staff for 4. Oh, and I miss with my fist.
Yeah, the staff hits the knee, which sort of sinks a little bit. You can force his movement a tad. And then the fist is a solid blow against him, but his bulging muscles absorb it with no damage.
Can we get his... he took 1 point of damage, right? Plus 4 more?
Right, and here is the 4 more.
Can I see his HP bar or not?
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I had it on display already. Let's fix that. There we go.
Oh, actually, hold on. I do hit with Fist of Stone, I think, because it's got strength. Strength 18-100 should be like +3 to hit.
Yes.
So I think an 11 will hit.
Yes.
And then that will be
D4 plus 6?
Fist is D3 plus 6 for 18-100?
I think so. Also, your character sheet will now autofill your substats for strength and stuff.
Oh, really? So if I set my strength to 18-100, it will fix all this?
It'll fix all this.
Although I guess, but my staff doesn't get the strength bonus.
Right.
So I'll just look it up.
Character sheets have
strength,
made...
18-100 plus 3 plus 6, yes.
Holy
3
shit.
plus 6 damage, 8 points of damage.
That is a lot. Remus cries out as your stony fist crashes into his bicep, giving him like a hairline fracture across his...
Ooh.
What is this bone? Is it your tibia?
No. Tibia's in your leg. Radius ulna.
Yeah, but what's the back one? Humerus.
There you go. Funny bone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I roll pretty slow. Is he still defending?
Yes,
he's about to be free, but he doesn't realize it.
Right.
So rolling initiative for the next round.
Yes, he still defends this round. It doesn't matter what his initiative is. He can't even see you or do anything against you. There is this shadowy blade sticking into
so
the...
let's see, the first round... I think he... No, the first round was... it was an arcane... I did the arcane blast or whatever. I did cast Strength of Stone, and then I attacked.
Oh, right,
so
casting Strength of Stone.
But
Yeah.
he probably doesn't realize it's expiring, so he may
Right.
fully defend, but he probably turns and faces me by the time I attack.
Yeah, so he's trying to defend. He's trying to like whip around to face you, and he rolls a 9 on the initiative. So he manages to turn to face you in this round, doing a full defense.
Okay, which boosts his AC by a lot, I'd imagine.
Yes.
16 is going to miss with his full defense, I assume.
It is. He brings his shield up and easily knocks your staff aside. And your fist will provoke an attack of opportunity?
No, I'm a martial artist.
Okay.
I think I can use... I don't think I provoke any unarmed attacks as a result, right? So can I use this to grab?
Yes.
I think I want to use my fist to grab his shield and yank it off
Absolutely.
his arm or something.
Make me an attack roll against AC 14 or something to grab the shield.
18. I'm probably going to regret not just punching him with that, but we'll see.
Absolutely.
So
You grab the edge of his shield with your free hand.
And I yank on it. It's probably strapped to his arm, but...
Yeah. But you can at least, if you can win a strength check, you can disable that arm for the round.
Yeah.
Or
so
until
let's roll.
he gets it free. He will roll a 16 plus 15 is a
Or the
31.
15 plus 18 is
Ooh.
a 33. So with my fist of stone, I yank on his shield arm. Does that what kind of shield is it? Is it actually strapped, or or can I pull it off of his?
No, it is
arm?
tied to his wrist. His wrist and near his elbow, near the crook of his elbow. It's tied in two places.
Okay. Does this do any damage? What does it do?
It will open him up, so he will now have no shield benefit, and I think he's semi-grappled, so if he had a benefit bonus from AC bonus from Dex, he no longer does.
Should have just punched him.
Well, I mean, you lowered his AC by 3, at least, so...
Would that have affected the... but I need to let go of it to hit him with the quarterstaff, I think.
Isn't a quarterstaff a one-handed weapon?
Two-handed. Size large. I don't know.
I
can still let go and attack at the end of the round.
I think you can let go and strike him with the quarterstaff, and he will not be able to get his shield back in time to respond.
Only for the second attack. I assume the first attack, we're going to roll with a miss. Second attack, though, is a 19, which should hit.
It will. Right.
Did I do any damage to the... Maybe can we roll, a save for the leather straps to see if they, broke and...
I'm done with
like
that. That sounds good.
I do 2 damage with the quarterstaff.
DM screen. Leather versus crushing blow has a really good saving throw. Maybe rope. Rope and leather have basically the same save. So his save is a 3 or better on a D20.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll it for funsies? No. Okay. You try to jerk it off of him. He stumbles forward, losing his arm. You whap him across the shins for 2 points of damage. And finally, we can have real battle between the two of you. His shield arm is freed since you let go, so you could whap him. And he rolls very poorly into initiative. 15. You will get your attacks off first.
Oh, God.
Staff whistles through the air, clattering against his shield. Your fist gets knocked to the side by his spear as he thrusts it towards you, hoping to hit home and cut your flesh. He will roll a 10.
I finally succeed in a block, and he misses.
Yeah. Wild miss with his spear.
And I think that was the last round of Strength of Stone.
It's a 3-round spell.
Actually, let me double check.
2,
1 round
3.
per level. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What a waste.
What a waste. Do you have second attacks this round? Nope, that was last round. All right, initiative.
This is what we were talking about on Chit Chat. See, there's no reason to try and do anything interesting in combat because you're better off just attack roll, attack roll, attack roll.
If you had a one-handed weapon instead of a two-handed staff, though, then you could be using your offhand to reduce his AC by 3. But you're using a two-handed weapon, so it doesn't make much sense.
I guess. I probably should have just dropped the quarterstaff and punched him. Oh, but then I wouldn't get then I wouldn't have even gotten the second attack. I don't know. A quick glance over my shoulder. Do I see the guards just watching on, or do they approach or anything?
They are coming through the town. It looks like 2 of them have peeled off to shepherd the sheep into a corral. The other 4 are coming in to see what's happening, but they're... it's been like 5 minutes now. So they must be near the town square, watching from a distance. They know better than to interrupt Remus in the middle of a one-on-one honor fight. Yeah. If they interrupt him, he would not be able to take this victory sweetly. It would be a shame on him. Challenged to single combat and then having his minions fight for him. He would lose the respect of his people.
I'm totally out of MP. Really disappointed in that arcane whatever. But
yeah, it didn't go well. But it could have.
Maybe.
Did we? Yes, we just rolled initiative, and Devon the Divine goes first.
15. He's got shield.
AC
2 AC from armor. Okay.
Yeah. And his spear comes for you. 16 to hit. A thrust for your feet, trying to pin you to the ground like you've done to him. But your AC is 17, and your second attack, and then his second attack.
Oh, yeah. And I haven't used the block yet, so there's... Oh, God. I miss.
Terribly. He also rolls a 1. Your spear and your staff and his spear clash in the air before you. Well distant from one another.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And initiative again. Devon the Divine. The Arcane Caster.
There's no incidental bonuses. Nope.
You square off, trading blows. He makes a thrust, a 16 to hit. You make an attack, 15 to hit. I think the positions change somewhat as he tries to circle you.
Circle around each other.
You circle him, moving away from the buildings to get yourself in a better footing. The villagers begin to cheer on Remus, shouting for him, chanting his name. Remus, 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 Remus. They are numerous. And I guess that's initiative roll.
Yeah.
He is slow to the attack. He is a strong fighter. Ooh,
20.
Not that strong.
It doesn't even crit.
But it will hit for minimum damage.
17 will hit.
Minimum damage. The minor blows trade back and forth. He gets a 14. Again, not quite good enough to hit home. The spear heads flashing up before you before second attacks. Oh my god.
And I do get a free block, and that actually the block works. What does
he rolled a natural 19 plus 5 would be a 24.
Situation where it actually matters.
He was gonna crit you, and instead, what do?
I deflect the spear, this time with just with a sideways swap of the quarterstaff.
My god,
no magic walls of force here. It finally worked. All it took was 4 sessions of free blocks every round, and finally we had one.
But
only because I forgot to use it against the first attack did come in handy.
Well, that saved you from 2d4 plus 3 damage, which is pretty good.
You're outmatched. I taunt him.
His eyes narrow into tiny slits.
You got a long time to think. Let me make my attacks. Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's a crit, isn't it?
16 AC. You will crit. Yes.
Bonk, bonk. 6 more damage. And then... Whoa, what? What?
I didn't see it.
Hi-ya! Double crits.
Oh my god.
So we've got 6 + 4 is 10 points of damage with a staff and a karate chop.
Double crit on the guy. He is bloody. He's battered. He's bleeding from many small wounds. Big bruises appearing all over his body. He's got a black eye now. ESP is not useful in combat.
I mean, it could be, conceivably. Like, you could probably use it to, like, predict what actions your opponents were going to take, or, like, if they were going to move. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if it would give you any combat bonuses, though.
No,
you might be able to tell what they're about to do, though.
It could give you some, like, metagaming bonuses or, like, strategy bonuses. I could see, like, if you have some sort of ESP-based fighting style, we can talk about.
I think that he can at least tell that you're out of magic. You mentioned to yourself earlier that you're out of MP.
Yeah. I mentioned more to chat, but yeah.
Yeah, it sets in that you are a spellcaster of some repute, but you have lost your magic, and it is just down to the marshal now. It blocks. You are a skillful man, it appears, but Remus is hoping that this attack will actually hit you this time. 10 on the die. Or 5 on the die, 10 on the total. Why won't you die? I'm destined to be the leader.
You can't touch me.
This is not the way.
Nope.
He thrusts with the spear. 17 + 5 is 22.
My block fails.
Finally a hit.
22 clears by 5, but it's not a natural 18.
Not a natural 18. So 2 + 3 + 3 is 6, 7, 8 damage. He finally scores a hit, and it's a good one. It hits you in the thigh and just like rips it open, and then on the backswing like cuts you across your rib cage, creating 2 wounds for a total of 8 damage.
2 wounds?
Thematically, you know.
Okay, sure.
He grins. It's not too late to give up.
We both got second attacks, I think.
Yep.
18 will hit.
Yes, it will.
5 points of damage. Does that bring him down?
No. Here, let me bring him into the light so you can see exactly.
Is he at 1 HP or something?
It's 2. 2 HP. His second attack will come on in. 6 + 5 is 11. No.
That won't hit, but I might actually. Oops. How much AC does my
your armor spell?
armor have? Let me double check what armor is. 8 points + 1 per level, so 3 points left. So I'll have it for another attack.
Woo.
And initiative.
He rolls poorly. Right, Devon. Remus is before you, badly wounded.
It's not too late to yield. Oh,
yes,
might
it
be.
is. Yes, it is.
You just barely enough. I KO Remus.
He hits 0 and hits the ground like a sack of dry potatoes. The crowd around you goes quiet. Remus,
I
greatest
whirl around,
warrior.
making sure that there's no other challengers.
There's not. The other soldiers stand back at the edge of the village square.
I remove Remus's helmet and take my circlet back.
When you put it on your head, you can begin to read the minds of the people around you. You gather awe from them. This is their greatest warrior, the man who brought their village from nothing into a small warlord's domain. You can hear the thoughts in their heads. How are we going to feed ourselves? Is this man going to kill us all? Is Remus a liar? Is he not the god that we thought he was? but you're still in a hostile town. Even if the people are a little taken by shock, danger still lurks.
Yeah, I pick up Remus's spear and throw it into the fire. Into the fire pit. Yeah.
All right.
And it lands.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look down at Remus, try to decide what to do with him.
He'll be unconscious for a few hours, but you just know if he gets back up, he will not let this stand.
Mm-hmm. Wish I had enough MP to set the fire alight magically, but alas.
Don't you have 3 MP?
No, I'm out.
Ooh,
0.
Okay. Right, we just talked about that. Well,
I remove his shield from his arm.
he splays out on his back, blood trickling from his ear, his eyes swollen, his bulging 16 strength muscles battered and bruised.
He's a good fighter. He could have been handy, but I think I don't think there's any chance of persuading him now.
Well, this is a defining moment in Devon's life.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with the fallen leader before you? Are you a man of mercy? You give him a chance to repent?
I look to the villagers around me and say, do you see what your bloodlust brings?
Some of them cast their eyes down in shame. Others give you defiant glares.
I sigh. I'm returning to Necrot. Those of you that fear for your future may attend me. I'm gonna leave an unconscious, what's his name, on the ground.
Unconscious Remus.
Unconscious Remus on the ground, taking his shield and his helm. And I walk over towards the sheep pen, or the goat pen.
The recently captured ones?
Yeah.
Yep. Sheep was right.
I actually want to free everything, but free all the hostages. There should be humans in pens around here somewhere, right?
Yeah. If you search out with your mind, you could probably figure out where they are based on thoughts and stuff.
Does this thing just give unlimited ESP with concentration or whatever?
No. That was my understanding, but that might not be the case in the books. It was like Sonara,
I think. Sorona.
My
S-O-R.
Sorona.
That's saying 2 uses per day or something, but no, maybe it's not Sorona. It's S-A-R maybe? O-N-A? No.
Oh, my pet. I didn't have the foresight to give you a page number to go along with this, did I?
No, I think it was in one of your
In the Encyclopedia Magica, I think.
Yeah.
Corona crown. It's not a helmet, it's a crown. I see. Afford the wearer an ESP ability once per day as per the spell.
Okay, so it's probably already been used, right?
I think you put... I was thematically saying you were using it when you donned it and gazed across the crowd here.
Yeah, but Remus had already used it, so I probably couldn't have. Unless... I mean, you could have a new user use it, but that could get OP if you've got like a party passing it around,
Right?
letting everyone use it once per day.
Yeah. We'll just say that the casting, he activated
Continues.
it, and then
Yeah,
it
so
continued when you put it on.
For like
And
5
since
rounds or whatever he is, or maybe it's 2 rounds per level or something like that.
Right, it'll be at a higher level because it's a. It was made at X level.
You jerk! Last time my ESP range was so short, I didn't get to use it because I was using my own level.
Right.
But yeah, we can do that moving forward if you want.
I think that probably makes more sense. Oof. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You can
Doesn't
think
matter.
about it.
We'll think. So gazing out across the crowd, you can find the location of the hostages. They are in Remus's hut himself, his little domicile.
Monster. I guess I go towards the set.
Yeah. In the hut, you will find young men and women. Some might call them boys and girls. Some are tied up. Some are attached by the ankle with a chain to a spike in the ground. They've been hearing the commotion, the battle, the sounds of fighting. Some of your voices have carried to them, so they're not too surprised to see you arrive here.
I enter the hut. Is there any resistance from the village, or do they let me do as I please?
They let you pass. People step well out of your way, giving you a 30-foot berth as you walk through the town, moving behind buildings or into them to avoid coming too close to you.
Yeah, I go into the hut. Oh, you poor dears.
There are 6 hostages in here.
You're free now, I say as I go undoing their bindings. What villages are you from?
They list names. Most of them you've never heard of. One of them is the village to the south here at the edge of the coast, Nestor. Another is from Sinus. The other 4 are from places you haven't heard of yet.
A nod. If you know the way, you are free to go. I am returning to Necrot, and you may come safely with me if you wish.
They all wish to return to their homes. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they all do wish to return to their homes instead.
That's fine. They say anything, or do they just run for it?
They will thank you profusely, telling you that their fathers and mothers will worship your name. They have heard it as the battle continued, and they promise to praise you and make sacrifices when they get home. They will kiss your hand or feet, whatever you can, they can reach at, and thanks, and then skedaddle from the town. One of them will swipe a pitcher from Remus's hut.
Are there any valuables in Remus's hut?
There are, yes. You will find a clutch of weapons. There are 4 spears and 2 axes, as well as 3 nice shields.
Not bronze, just like wicker.
Right, just wicker. I mean, there's also his spear and his shield, which are
his spear is in the fire.
In the fire, on the unlit fire pit. Yeah.
Yeah. Debating whether to bring these weapons back. Are they? What kind of quality are they in?
The weapons here?
Yeah. Are they like metal tips?
They are all metal tipped. They are shafts of ash, which must come from trees fairly far away because you haven't ever seen any ash trees. In fact, you don't even know what the hell an ash tree is. But it's a nice, smooth, white wood that looks unfamiliar to you.
The shields are just wicker.
The shields are finely woven wicker that have been painted with pigments pulled from the earth, mostly reds and yellows and oranges, to form like a red backsplash with an orange circle in the middle, and then like a yellow claw, like a falcon or an eagle's claw sticking out.
I gather up this clutch of weapons and take them into the village square.
The people still give you plenty of room.
And I will pile them in the fire pit. How hard is it to remove a spearhead? Probably pretty tough, right? What?
A spearhead?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's either affixed via being tied, or it's like actually built into the spear using pressure. Either way, you could get it out with a little bit of work.
Nah, I think narratively it makes more sense to just leave them.
Okay.
It's probably impractical to carry all this crap home.
The shields, definitely. The spears you could tuck under one arm and carry. The axes you could tuck under the other arm, so you could carry.
Maybe I'll do that. I'll throw the wicker shields in the fire. Pile the rest of the weapons onto Remus's shield.
Mm-hmm.
Tie them up with some of the bindings that he had the prisoners tied up with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take Remus's spear out of the fire. And I guess the spear's from the fire pit as well.
Okay.
Put the wicker shields in it and start them ablaze. If it's not too much trouble. If there's flint and steel and tinder piled nearby.
It can be found. Fire can be started.
Yeah.
The wicker shields will burn. You can carry off the weapons. Do you say anything to the townspeople who watch in silence?
I don't think so. I mean, yeah. Maybe I'll repeat again. And This is what your bloodlust brings. Fire and rivers of blood to the land.
One of the civilians calls out to thank you for your mercy. Another promises that they will leave you in peace. Well, who knows if this person is trustworthy enough.
Yeah. Where did they say where the sheep came from? They said they were tribute from their subjects.
Yeah, somewhere from the northeast.
I'm a shepherd. I'll lead their sheep away with me.
Okay. Will you take them to your own home, or will you try to return them?
Both. I don't know where they came from, so I think for now I'll take them with me. Oh, yeah.
And out across the hills you will go.
Yeah, I will travel through the night. It was evening time, I think, or like afternoon when Remus returned.
Yep. So
I will leave right away and make camp, some distance away with my herd of sheep.
You travel deep into the night.
Will the sheep move through the night?
Give me an animal handling check to see if you can force march the sheep through the night. We are past the half moon, approaching the full moon, so there's enough light to travel by. And you are a good shepherd, so you can push them on through the night. They will bay in protest, but you keep them in line with the butt of your stick. Is this like a march all through the night and into the next day, force march?
Oh, I think so. We may rest.
Near dawn.
We'll stop and we'll pasture and I'll take a snack. And a nap.
Yeah. I don't know if you can actually truly nap if you've got a flock of sheep near you. right? If you're
Shepherds
unconscious,
totally
they
nap
could...
in the fields, don't they? I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like you would. They might walk off if you like
Yeah.
pass out for an hour. You'd have to like go
Yeah.
around and pick them up again.
Yeah, I don't think this is force marching. It's going without sleep though, because that was my movement from yesterday, which was
Right.
delayed until late, and
That's
then my
true.
movement for the next day. I mean, I think it's skipping sleep. It's not moving more than a day's worth of movement.
That's true. It's a day's worth of movement. It's just like shifted. Okay, so then no sleep, and then the next day worth of movement.
The sheep have to force march, I think, because they were led here and then led away. But I assume that animal handling was in lieu of their con check or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. So I rest the sheep long enough, but I probably don't get much rest, and then continue on the next day. Is there any trouble in the hills?
Not until you arrive home.
Okay, so then next day I will return home.
Yes, and it is on this day.
And a supply of weapons.
You are coming home with your sheep, tired after 2 days of marching, low on, empty on mana, wounded. You will see in your village as you walk in a hill giant standing in your village, looking down upon your people. And I believe this is where we will end it for today.
Oh, not ready for a hill giant. Feed him sheep and beg him to leave. All right. Good game. Should we get any experience?
Absolutely. You probably won't level, hopefully.
No, I think I just barely leveled last time. Right? Yeah.
Experience generator. So Remus had, let's see, his bonus to hit was 5. His damage was 8 on average. 1.5 attacks per round. Average HP was 35. His AC was 16. He had no special fighting styles.
He's specialized.
Yeah,
is that included?
That is included with all of this. It's the 1.5 attacks per round. So Remus on his own is worth 1,076 experience. But you also fought 2 of his guards.
Yeah, but I also get hit die bonus for a fighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
7, 5, 9 plus 4.5 is 13.5. AC for these guys was 13 generally.
And I didn't get experience last time, where I think I defeated 3 fighters, maybe, and then there was the elf stuff.
You didn't get any experience for last session?
No.
Oh my. Okay.
Did I fight anything last session other than Remus the first time?
Oh, you fought those people, but you did end up getting knocked out and then captured, and then you fought the one guy.
True,
right,
but I KO'd several of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I knocked out 2 of them, a third retreated.
Right, but you chatted with sea elves, which is worth a bunch of story XP.
I turned the river red with blood or whatever to start this whole shit with.
Right, that is worth a bunch of story XP. Mm-hmm. And you built Plathos. Plathos. You built Plathos a little hut.
Yeah.
And your river is growing. And okay, so all told, it is 5,948 XP.
Divided by 2.
Divided by 2. Should be 2,974.
2 3,974 each.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And then hit
Plus,
dice.
yeah. You know how many hit dice?
So Remus was 5 hit dice, and then each of the guards that you defeated was 3 hit dice. So that would be 5 plus 3, 6, 9, 12 this session, and you defeated 2 of them last session.
3.
3.
Yeah.
Call it 20 hit dice.
No, those were the weaker guards last session, I think, that I defeated. I think they were 1 hit die. Maybe?
Okay.
Whatever. I'm going to 15.
Let's call it... yeah, let's call it 20.
20?
Yeah.
Times, is it 10 XP per level per hit die or something like that? Or is it?
Yes.
So 20 times 30?
Hold on. That sounds right, but let me just double check my Dungeon Master Guide.
Okay. And God, spells. How do you even think about spell XP?
10 XP per hit die of creature defeated, 10 XP per level.
Yeah.
So
I'm level 3, so 30 times 20 brings me to 8686.5 as my fighter, which does
will
that level
you.
That will level the fighter. And then
spells. Let's see. I count a extinguish, a glancing blow,
Fist of Stone,
Shadow Snap,
Arcane Spray.
Those are second level spells, though, right?
So they count for double.
Yeah.
It's 8. Last session there were a lot of glancing blows.
You want to just call it 5 because I can't remember?
Sure, yeah. 13. I think it's 13 spell levels.
That seems fair.
Maybe a few more.
Spells cast to overcome foes and problems.
Is that 50 per spell level?
50 per spell level, yep.
And do I get any for learning new spells?
Yes, it is 100 per spell level learned. And you learned 6 spell levels?
3, yeah. So 600?
Yep. That's 1250 for magic.
Cool. Times 1.1 plus 6129.75. 10,666.15. Is that level? That might be level.
Are you 4/4 now?
I think I might be level 4 for both of them. Right? Is 10,000 next wizard level?
25, 5,000, 10,000. Yeah.
Yeah. We said we were going to power level.
Woo!
So R D10 plus D6 divided by 2 plus 1. Oh, max HP.
Oh my god.
That's 9 HP. Still dragging around this 0.5, but it brings me to 25.5 HP.
Holy shit.
I get to roll willpower to my MP.
Yeah.
RD13. A little more lackluster.
It almost evens out the double max HP.
Yeah. Another +1 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
I probably get some proficiencies.
I think you got them last level.
You're right. Yeah, because you get the best progression of either.
Yeah. You might
I haven't
get new
spent
saves.
them, but yeah, I might get new saves. What's that? Somewhere on the character sheet, or am I mistaken?
I think, let's see. Wizard does not get new saves. Warrior does not get new saves. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, the character sheets don't quite autofill saves yet.
Cool.
Well,
I already got more HP than Malachi.
Level 4. Damn. Well, congratulations, Devon. But facing you next week is a completely different sort of challenge, a hill giant, when you are low on HP and empty on MP.
Yeah.
Is it even here to threaten you? Probably.
It's probably here to demand our sheep. Good thing we borrowed from our neighbors.
Yeah. Well then, we will see that next time. There is no critical feedback today. I am headed out instead, so you will have to figure out your own stuff.
Solve your own problems, jeez.
Seriously.
Yeah. I think that's it for us. Thanks for watching.
And we'll just catch you guys next time or tomorrow for shenanigans. So goodbye, everybody. Farewell.
Bye.